Hey everyone, I'm Rashad K, and this is They Forgot About Us, a true crime podcast that shares the stories of murdered and missing African American women, men, and children. In this episode, we'll be focusing on the story of Jelani Day, a 25-year-old black man who went missing in Bloomington, Illinois on August 24th, 2021. After an 11-day search, Jelani's body was tragically found on September 4th, 2021, near the south bank of the Illinois River in Peru, Illinois. Jelani Jesse Javante Day was born on June 15, 1996 in Danville, Illinois, to Sevy Day and Carmen Bolden Day. He was the fourth of fifth siblings and the third of three sons. Jelani was deeply involved in his church, participating in the choir, purity class, the church's drill team, vacation Bible school, and Tuesday night Bible study. His strong faith and love for life defined him. He had ambitious aspirations and was dedicated to achieving them. His mother shared how her kids took great pride in their academic performance, often competing for the highest GPA. The kids were close and competitive. His older brothers, Sevy and DeAndre, admired Jelani and were proud of him. Jelani was very athletic, smart, and had goals. He had countless friends in different programs and organizations, and he made a difference. Jelani was a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, the New Epsilon chapter at Alabama A&M University. He was also a student at the university and was chosen to say a prayer at the graduation. Jelani received a Bachelor of Science in Communicative Sciences and Disorders. In August of 2021, Jelani was getting his master's degree in the competitive field of speech pathology at Illinois State University in Normal, Illinois. The reason for this field was that he had a friend growing up named Paul who had a speech impediment, and Paul would get teased a lot. So Jelani wanted to help others who did not have a voice. His mother, Carmen, said he seemed excited about a clinical session with a patient later that afternoon. He called her repeatedly the day before. Carmen said he was going over his homework and said he didn't want anything, just wanted to hear her voice. His mom said, "Okay, bae, I'll talk to you in the morning." Jelani did not call his mom the next day, which she assumed he was busy with school. Jelani got a very early start on the morning of Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. He logged into a school computer on campus at 6:20 a.m. and an hour later at 7:20 a.m. he got coffee at a Starbucks at the ISU Student Union. Jelani then went into Fairchild Hall, which houses the speech pathology and audiology department. He then walked out a few minutes later and sat on a bench while reading a text on his cell phone. Jelani walked across campus and got in his car, leaving campus. Jelani drove to his apartment and changed clothes. Around 9:12 a.m., Jelani was caught on camera wearing shorts and a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt, walking into the Beyond Hello marijuana dispensary 10 minutes from campus in Bloomington, Illinois. He bought one joint and left, but Jelani did not go back to campus for his 1 o'clock afternoon class. Crucial time passed by before anyone realized something was wrong. 24 hours later, when he missed class for a second day in a row, his professor became concerned and alerted the school for a wellness check. His brother DeAndre was the first relative to get the news that Jelani was possibly missing. DeAndre called his mother and sister and asked if they had heard from Jelani. Carmen went to the Bloomington police station to report Jelani missing at 8:57 p.m. that night. The family called relatives, friends, and hospitals looking for Jelani. Jelani was driving a 2010 white Chrysler 300 that he got from his grandfather. 2 days after his disappearance, on Thursday, August 26, Peru police officers found Jelani's car concealed in a wooded area in the center of town behind a YMCA in Peru, Illinois. Peru is a sundown town located 60 miles north of Bloomington, Illinois. So Carmen went to the wooded area near the town's YMCA where police had been searching. Investigators recovered several items inside the vehicle. Some of the clothes he was wearing at the dispensary, a partially smoked marijuana blunt, and Jelani's journal. The investigators said that there were no blood, nothing looked disturbed, and they didn't see any signs of foul play. Carmen said the license plate had been removed from Jelani's car. The police conducted an extensive search nearby with dogs, drones, and teams on foot. They found Jelani's wallet a quarter mile from the car in a residential area. His money, credit cards, and debit cards were missing. There was no activity between the time he disappeared. The family was frightened and frustrated and tried to find Jelani on their own. Carmen made a post on Facebook on August 27, 2021, asking anyone who could and was willing to meet her in Peru to help find Jelani. Volunteers came as far as Chicago. Even professional tracking dogs arrived with a handler. Everyone split into groups and went across the street where there was a park across the wooded area. They found several pieces of clothing and a gun clip. Carmen called the police to process the evidence, but they didn't think the evidence had anything to do with Jelani. They think it was a homeless person who left the items. On September 4th, 2021, a week and a half later after Jelani's disappearance, a partially and badly decomposed body was found floating face down under a tree that had fallen into the Illinois River in Peru, 3 miles from the car. Carmen went to the scene, but the police told her she should not view the body. The body had a black double-knotted sweatshirt tied around the waist. Jelani's shorts and sneakers were on a riverbank and contained unidentified DNA. Using dental records and the family's DNA, it would take 19 days for authorities to make a positive ID of the body. It was Jelani. The family was stunned by the official cause of death. It wasn't any type of wound or injury as they expected. The medical examiner said Jelani had drowned. But the thing is, Jelani knew how to swim. He swam in high school. He was an experienced swimmer. Jelani had recently volunteered to be the donor for his father who had leukemia and needed a stem cell transplant, and he was most likely a match for his dad. But Sevi Day would pass away in April of 2022, 7 months after Jelani. 6 weeks after Jelani's body was found in the Illinois River, a man driving on I-55 North in Bloomington pulled over to secure a mattress tied to the roof of his car. By chance, he looked down at the side of the road and saw a shattered iPhone. It was Jelani Day's phone. His cell phone was tossed from the car onto the roadside off of I-55 North in Bloomington. Emails obtained by police noted 23 chats and 17 messages found on Jelani's cell. These details have been cross-referenced from Jelani's contact list. Another email notes 6 phone numbers of interest, but a detective also writes nothing crazy on Jelani's phone extraction. The information they have is Verizon's call records, but they still have not figured out the password and gotten inside the phone to see what was written in the messages. His phone was turned off at 9:21 a.m. while Jelani was believed to be in the parking lot, leaving the dispensary. Reports had surfaced in recent days indicating Jelani's body was missing several organs when an independent autopsy was ordered by the family. Carmen Day said no organs were missing. I do not want to stray off from the facts, the statement read. There were contradicting facts from the first preliminary autopsy compared to the second independent autopsy. But this is not a case of organ harvesting. However, my son did not put himself in a river. LaSalle County coroner told NBC5 in a statement some were severely decomposed due to the body being in the water, but he noted that no organs were missing. As of August 18, 2024, Jelani's case is still open. Back in August of 2022 marks the official launch of the Jelani Day Foundation, aka JDF, established in the honor of the life and legacy of Jelani Day. The JDF will be at the forefront of the fight for change to ensure families of color have the help needed during the search for their missing loved ones. The focus will be to ensure families have the dignity and respect that should be afforded to every human, regardless of race. As an act of advocacy for others, the JDF will provide financial, emotional, and professional resources for families of color in their critical, time-sensitive plight to reunite with their missing loved ones. May Jelani, Jesse, Javante, Day rest in peace. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram at They Forgot About Us Podcast. Please email us at theyforgotaboutus@gmail.com. Leave us a comment and give us a rating.